All right, let's get into a story that really sits on that strange, unsettling edge of what's real. We're going to walk through a chilling first-person account of an event that it blurs the line between a dream, a premonition, and something else entirely. It all starts on a completely normal day and ends with a question that, honestly, has no easy answer. And this is where it all begins, with a simple, gentle touch in the middle of the night. This one line just immediately sets this strange, unsettling tone. It's a feeling that's both kind of intimate and just deeply wrong. It pulls you right into the mystery. So before things get weird, let's just ground ourselves in what was happening. The day was completely ordinary. The narrator's friend from Iceland popped over for a visit. They hung out, her dad took them for some drinks down on the beach, just a really pleasant, normal evening. After she drops her friend back at the airport, she heads home, with absolutely no idea what is about to happen. So she gets home, and she's feeling, in her own words, very buzzed. She gets this craving for fried chicken, but she's just way too tired to make it. Her dad's still out, so she just decides to head straight to bed. A simple little decision that ends up being the gateway to a very, very strange night. A little while later, she wakes up, and it's that exact feeling from the beginning. Someone holding her hand, super gently. Her first thought, oh, it's my dad. But when she opens her eyes, there's nobody there. She yanks her hand back. And that's the first little crack in reality. She kind of slowly gets up, and right away things are off. The hallway light is on, the living room light is on. The house should be completely dark. But this weird detail, plus the fact she's still a little buzzed, gives her this weird new motivation. She thinks, you know what? I'm going to make that fried chicken now. So she gets out of bed, stands in her doorway, and does a little stretch. And that is when she glances into the living room. And there he is, her dad, just sitting there. And the detail here is incredibly specific. The figure looks exactly like her dad. It's wearing a white vest and blue shorts. It doesn't say anything, but it gestures for her to come over and sit down. A totally normal fatherly invitation, or at least it seems like it.
And she's about to go. She's about to walk over and sit down next to this person she thinks is her father. But just as she's about to move, her eyes just happen to drift over to her dad's actual bedroom door, which is also open. And what she sees, well, it's just not possible.
I mean, look at this. This is the impossible situation she's in. Her mind is trying to process two things at once that just can't both be true. There's a figure that looks exactly like her dad in the living room, while her actual dad is fast asleep in his own bedroom. You can just imagine her breath catching in her throat. He's in two places at the same time. In that split second of horrifying realization, she looks back at the figure in the living room. It knows. It knows it's been caught. And its reaction is just profoundly inhuman. Whatever that was, she says, looks at me and tilts its head. Just a simple, chilling little head tilt.
Her reaction is just pure, primal fear. I mean, she's a 34-year-old woman, but in that moment, she does the only thing a terrified kid would do. She runs. She bolts straight into her father's room and jumps right into the bed between him and his girlfriend, screaming, "Daddy, I'm scared!" And as she's hiding there, the whole scene just starts to dissolve. The energy in the room shifts completely. That clear image of the copy is replaced by something way more abstract, but just as terrifying, this dark, smoky form just hovering over the bed. The fear is just completely overwhelming. And then she wakes up. A huge wave of relief. It was all a dream. Just a vivid, terrifying nightmare, probably from the drinks and being so tired. Right? Nope, wrong. That feeling of relief lasts for maybe a single second, because she wakes up to the exact same sensation that started this whole thing. Someone is holding her hand. Again, the nightmare isn't over, it's literally starting all over again. But this time, it's different. That first dream awakening, the lights were on, her dad's door was open. This second time, the house is pitch black. His door is closed. This feels real. She gets up, walks through the entire house, turning on every single light she can find, and decides there is absolutely no way she is going back to sleep. She looks at the clock. It's 4 a.m. She finally makes that fried chicken she was craving hours ago, and just to keep her mind from racing, she calls her friend in the UK. Even with the 5-hour time difference, she just has to talk to someone. So she tells her friend the entire story, from the hand-holding to the doppelganger to waking up all over again. And her friend on the other side of the world makes this totally logical but absolutely terrifying request. Knock on your dad's door. I want to know what he's wearing. But the narrator, she can't do it. She is just too scared of what she's going to find.
So she waits. For 2 solid hours, from 4 in the morning to 6 in the morning. She stays on the phone with her friend, watching some movie she can't even remember, just waiting for the sun to come up and for her father to wake up on his own.
Finally, at 6 a.m., she hears his door open. He comes out of his room. Her friend is still on the phone, just silently waiting with her. This is it, the moment of truth. Was it all just a crazy, alcohol-fueled nightmare?
He walks out of his bedroom, and he is wearing a white vest and the exact same blue pants from her vision. The clothes the doppelganger was wearing. The dream, the vision, whatever you want to call it, it was real.
And that just leaves us with this final, really unsettling question. This wasn't a memory, right? It wasn't just a hallucination. She saw her father wearing clothes he wouldn't even put on for another 2 hours. So was it a premonition? Some kind of time slip? And what does that make the figure in the living room? A doppelganger? A warning? The story doesn't give us any easy answers, just as chilling proof that sometimes the line between now and then is way, way thinner than we think.